Welcome back to another episode of 6 and 6, where we go through 6 stories from around the world in 6 minutes or less. With that said, start your timer. One of China's largest companies, ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, has attempted to secure a loan of $9.5 billion. Some of the largest backers are Citigroup, JP Morgan, and Goldman Sachs. From Reuters, quote, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, and JP Morgan are the coordinators of the financing, which carries a tenure of 3 years and can be extended up to 5. The sources, who did not want to be named because of the discussions are confidential, said. The loan is said to be used to help the company refinance an asset that they already have on the books, their dual tranche facility, which is roughly worth $5 billion. Next, we venture south to Oceania, where a woman has been attacked by a tiger in an Australian theme park. Though she is in stable condition, she has sustained many wounds and is still in the hospital. From BBC, QAS said medics were called to the scene at 9:01 local time on Monday following an incident with the tiger, and that the woman has been immediately taken to the Gold Coast University Hospital where she remains. She is one of the most experienced and senior handlers from Dreamworld. It's good to see that she was able to be looked after by other support staff there, Justin Payne added. This is just one incident that has caused concern about Dreamworld safety protocols because of a different incident in 2011, which also happened to involve a tiger and 2 handlers that were bit. In Spain, there has been unrest over recent outbreaks of West Nile virus, which has carried on throughout the summer in the southern region of Spain near Seville. From Reuters, all the deaths and 61 cases registered near the city of Seville occurred in the lower Guadalajara, excuse me if I mispronounce it, valley area. This is the worst year on record with the exception of 2020, which saw 76 registered cases and 8 deaths. The protests took place on Monday evening in the town of Isla Major in Sevilla province. It was organized by the platform Fight Against the Nile virus, which demands more action by local and national authorities to control the spread of the disease. End quote. The spread of the virus has been blamed on a failure in the rice fields, and also they want to mention here that the virus is transmitted through mosquitoes who have actually been an infected bird and then go on to bite humans. To Bolivia, where rampant fires are causing farmers to leave their homes as blazes rage throughout the country. From Reuters, quote, we are evacuating because of the fire, Gusai told Reuters outside his home in Concepcion, on the edge of the Amazon rainforest and one of the worst affected areas of Bolivia. Quote, we are afraid of the fire getting here. My house might burn. And then what will I do? Bolivia has registered 36,800 fire outbreaks so far this year, second only to a record year for blazes in 2010, according to a satellite data from Brazil's space research agency INEP, which monitors fires across the continent, end quote. Though this is only the start, as Bolivia officials expect the blazes to continue growing into December, which is normally the peak of fire season. Across the Atlantic and Africa, there is a Tunisian president who is continuing to consolidate power as his election commission has only permitted 2 other opponents to be included in the upcoming election. From the BBC, quote, since he has won his first term in 2019, Mr. Saad has suspended parliament and concentrated power in his hands. Last week, the country's highest court said 3 candidates who had been barred from running by the Electoral Commission should be allowed to participate. Farouk Bassar, said the head of the commission, had said he would look at the court's ruling before making a decision. Quote, in a statement quoted by AFP news agency, the commission said that the court had not officially communicated its ruling within the deadline. And returning to North America, we finish in Canada, where there's an airline potential strike that threatens to destabilize the air transportation industry, though the government is not too eager to get involved. From Reuters, quote, the Airline Pilots Association, which represents the Air Canada pilots, as well as those at most U.S. airlines, said it fears federal intervention as happened at the country's 2 main freight railways. The government source said Ottawa is committed to collective bargaining and will not be trigger happy when it comes to using its power to end labor disputes. The pilot's main concern is the lack of pay and the seeming unwillingness to resolve the situation. They have repeatedly claimed, quote, Air Canada is enjoying a discount of our pilot labor, end quote. And if you want to check out any of these stories, they'll all be linked in the description below. That like and subscribe button. Also down there, you can find the link to the podcast on Spotify, Pocket Cast, Podvine, as well as this. If you go subscribe to the RSS feed, then you'll get this one as well as the podcast. It comes out on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Right there, easy to go. Or you can come back to YouTube and watch the video. Love all of those. Also down there, you can find the Twitter handle at Your Daily Flip, where I post a Twitter tirade every Tuesday and Thursday at basically the same time that I put this out. So, with all that said, there's only one more thing to say. Stay safe. Don't die.